Go ahead.
Just start with what Miles did. Obviously, sparks that 50-point second quarter for you with 15 in there, but more to the point, gets you 10 rebounds, 7 blocks, a lot on the defensive end in the second half. Just what do you like from him on both ends, especially after a slow start?
Yeah, he was great, and he missed. He went out in the game on that Thursday before All-Star break, and there were a lot of days where he missed a couple of the games. He missed 3 games, I guess. He missed Lakers, New York, and Washington, and then felt better on the Saturday of the break, and then came back, and then we had 2 pretty hard practices, to get guys' lungs opened up and try to get their conditioning and all that. And at the beginning of the game, he was feeling it a little bit. Got him a rest a little quicker. Then he got back in, got a second wind, and a lot of great things started to happen in terms of shot making. But in terms of the other stuff, he was huge around the basket. The 7 blocks was enormous in this game. And when he gets a double-double, we're very, very difficult to beat.
You obviously mentioned the shot making there. I mean, you go from obviously, I think he and Ty were like 0 of 7. I think you guys were one of your first 9, and then you have a second quarter like that when you post up, I think 1.8 per possession. I mean, just what was it? A lot just first quarter out of the break. I mean, just what changed so drastically from quarter 1 to quarter 2?
Well, I loved the process, and we were getting great looks, and the first 8-10 minutes of a 48-minute NBA game is nothing. And if you are doing things well process-wise, you got to keep doing them well. And so, in the timeout, in the first quarter, I said to the guys, "Hey, listen, first game out of the break, there's going to be some misses, but we're getting great shots, and just keep stepping into them. And if you don't step into them, you're coming out of the game." And that was the right message. And look, we need to be a team with a great shot profile. We've got to be a team that's getting to the rim and getting good looks at catch and shoot threes, and the guys did a good job of manufacturing those tonight against a very good team. And it was a major fight from start to finish. They hit us hard at the beginning. We hit back. They hit us in the third, and we were able to slug back in the fourth.
To continue on the process discussion, obviously Tyrese gets going a little bit in the second quarter. It seemed like you guys had a lot of actions to get him loose around Wells. Obviously, he was a guy that really face guarded him in that first matchup in Memphis. What did you like process-wise about what was able to kind of get him going downhill and get him some clean looks, especially the screening stuff that just seemed like it opened a lot of stuff up for him?
Well, we have a friend of ours who's a German coach who's the assistant coach for the New York Liberty, who's been visiting for 3.5 days. He's also Sandy Brondello's husband, and they coached together in New York. And we had him draw up the first play of the game, knowing how they were going to play Wells. And we got a great look, but unfortunately it just didn't go down. But as you come into a game like this where it's going to be physical, they're going to really key on the best players, you got to think about ways to get them open, and it also falls on him and Pascal, who are the guys getting a lot of the attention, that they got to also be resourceful and find ways to get themselves involved in the game. The game at Memphis, Ty didn't take a shot until I don't even know if he took one in the first quarter, and we that's not our game. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to be aggressive to run the team and to get good looks. And tonight I thought he did a very good job of doing both.
Drew, I think Morant was 1 of 8 at halftime, somewhere in that range. I mean, just obviously it's not all just one guy in that case doing it, but I mean, just what did you like about what Drew did, how you guys were able to keep Ja from getting going, and just your overall just defensive performance, especially the pressure you're bringing?
Well, Morant made some really difficult shots in the game, and in the second half he got in there in a crowd and somehow got the ball in the basket a few times. But Drew's a guy that loves those challenges, loves trying to make it hard on the best players, and he did a lot of good things. And the other great thing about Nembhard is that at the other end of the floor he can attack as well. And a lot of times teams try to put weak defenders on him, and and he can go at those guys. And when they try to put weak guys on Aaron, you saw what happened tonight. Aaron crashed and got us, 2 or 3 big offensive rebounds. And so it's such a game of inches now. Each detail, each minute detail is so important that as a team, you got to focus in on all those little things.
So you mentioned Aaron. It seemed like Aaron and Ben both gave you just kind of the best stuff that you can expect from them. Obviously, Ben was getting downhill and getting some buckets to the rim. Aaron hit some big time shots. Just what you like about what you got from each of those guys on both ends and just the production they brought?
Well, it's a great 1-2 punch. It's really a 1-1 punch. I mean, these guys they bring different things to the team. It doesn't matter who starts. I think they played identical minutes tonight. In the third quarter when we got bogged down, Mathurin, helped get us back going again. He made a couple difficult shots, got to the free throw line. And I really like the way he's approached this over this 3-game period. And when he gets in the game, we call his number right away and look to get him heated up because he's very important to us. Back there, okay.
Hey, Coach. Going into the fourth quarter, after kind of your lead getting cut a bit in the third quarter, what did you discuss and want to focus on as a team to maintain the lead?
Well, we had a good run at the end of the third to get the thing back to, I think, 11. I don't know what it got down to. Did it get down to 3 or 4? 4, okay. And look, they're a momentum team, and they are one of the most competitive teams in the league. So they're gonna keep coming. Our messaging was all affirmative messaging. Keep doing this. Keep attacking. Keep getting back. Keep containing. All right, and let's contest 3-point shooters. And the other thing we did well was we rebounded. I mean, I think we out-rebounded them by 1. This is the number 1 team in the league, I believe, in rebounding their own missed threes. And when you're in a comeback mode like they were getting a lot of them up, and we came up with a lot of them. So that was important. But it's just keying in on the same basics that are important to our team and just staying true to them and, being uncompromising.